Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Grappler Man's video channel. It's been a while since I've had time to put some videos up, but with the Thargoid war going on, I thought I'd try my hand at getting some Thargoid caustic tissue samples. So today we're going to be at the Maelstrom Oya in Cephei sector BV-Y. Today I'll be in my trusty little dolphin that I rigged out for this particular activity. I'm going to show you what the technique is. I've done it a couple times, and sometimes it's a little more dangerous than others, but I have been able to do it. So first of all, you have to make it to the Maelstrom. You'll probably be interdicted at least 3 times, so you need a ship that can go pretty fast. You'll need an enhanced Xeno scanner as well. You'll also need a research limpet, and I'm using decontamination limpets as well. My ship runs pretty cold, around 20 exactly. If you can get it under 20, that'd be best. I don't have it fully engineered, but in the first time I did this, kept it at 20, sat right in front of every caustic generators, and they didn't even bother me. Alright, so first of all, we got to find a caustic generator on the outer edge of the Maelstrom. You don't want to go in too deep. If you stay on the outer edge, the corrosion won't affect your ship, and you can also use limpets to repair your ship. Okay, so there is a caustic generator in front of me, so I'm going to put this in pretty much real time and show you how you do it. Now the little green cloud is obviously caustic material, but you want to get as close to this thing as you can. You notice my ship is under 20. It doesn't even pay attention to me. At this point, I'm going to click the Xeno scanner after I target it. Once that's done, the tendency is to go ahead and switch to your research limpet, but you'll notice it's not active. So what you have to do is go to your left panel, and you'll notice if you target it, you'll see this limpet docking section. Once you've done that, then you can shoot out a research limpet. Now I lost the scan on this guy, so I had to do it again, and so I just cut the tape for a minute. But you can see I zoomed in again and targeted. There it is. And now I have them scanned and the research limpet's active. So now I release the research limpet, and this scan will take, quite a bit of time. I'll let you see it in real time. Basically, you want to stay somewhat nearby so you don't lose track of your limpet. And it's important that you have your cargo rack open before the limpet finishes its scan. But you'll just have to move along using thrusters to keep yourself within sight of this generator until the scan is finished. Avoid the green goo, and I again had some decontamination limpets that I was using on myself whenever necessary. But you can see my ship is at 22 and I have no caustic damage, and my hull is at 100% while I'm sitting here, and I am in the Maelstrom. I just have to be mindful of the fact that there are goo producers all over the place. You just have to look out for that. So while we're waiting for this scan, which you can see does take a little bit, once you collect it, you need a corrosive cargo rack, because these are not materials. These are things that you have to collect. If your ship gets destroyed, you will lose them. So this is a one-time thing. I got a corrosive cargo rack, but both times I've done this so far, it's been get it and then leave and go put it on the carrier. I need to get 5 of them for opening the caustic heat sink. And so here you go. You see the limpet's been released, so now I'm going to kind of go over there and grab it. You notice I'm still in really good shape. I don't have any problems with damage or anything like that, and I'm avoiding all the other green goo and caustic generators. Now once I get this one, I thought I'd try a second one, and after I did run into a little bit of problem. I did find that you can't scan the same one twice and get a target, and so I thought about shooting it, but at this point I was mostly interested in getting the tissue samples. But if you wanted the other materials required, you could shoot it, bust it up, but it will launch your ship backwards pretty far, and you'll have to scan it and zoom into the area where the material is, and it can take a minute and take you deeper into the cloud actually. So for this trip I was content with getting the tissue samples. Well, just so you know, it's not all roses in this Maelstrom. I did get caught with some caustic stuff, and I was too deep into the Maelstrom, and the limpets weren't working to solve it, so I was trying to fire off my beam lasers and overheat the ship. And you'll notice, I'm going to let you see this sequence. I was doing my best to try to get out of this place, and for some reason I was having difficulty getting out, and so I was using repair. I was trying to repair the ship. I was trying to overheat the ship, and you can see that my hull is dropping rather rapidly. I was able to get it under control, but I needed to jump out because I did not want to lose my tissue sample that I had gotten. So I headed back for my carrier, which is in a system nearby, and I was really struggling. I got down to 1% hull before I left. Once I got out of the Maelstrom, though, I used some repair limpets and got myself up to 6. Well, I'm sure you can guess what happened next. When I was able to leap out and head toward my carrier, I was pulled out of witch space at 6% hull with something that's very difficult to get in my cargo. So there is a technique to get away from this, and basically it's just speed. So what you do is aim your ship so that the Thargoid is behind you, even if that takes you off target for where you want to go, and then keep boosting and accelerating until you can outrun him and your frame shift drive can kick back in. Once your frame shift drive kicks back in, you go ahead and let it fully charge, then turn towards the area you're trying to go to and leap out, and hopefully you'll only be interdicted once and not again. Okay, once I made it back, you want to land on the carrier if you have one, and go ahead and store your tissue sample on your carrier. Now, everybody likes to talk about builds, and I'm not saying this is a magic build, and it certainly is not a fully engineered build, but let's go ahead and take a look at the build of this ship. First of all, it's a Dolphin, and the hard points are basically long-range beam lasers. You'll notice their thermal vent. They're not even fully engineered, but they are useful for what they need to be. You need an enhanced Xeno scanner, and I got a couple heat sinks with extra ammo. In the core internals, it's basically the standard stuff. I'm using lightweight armor and 4A power plant with thermal spread. Again, the thrusters would be clean drive with thermal spread. Typical frame shift drive. Life support is lightweight. Power distributor is charge enhanced, but still, it's not fully engineered, but it's worked just fine. I will A-rate these just to give me a little bit longer range and see if that helps. As far as the optionals, I have several Guardian hull reinforcements, an anti-corrosive cargo rack. I wish I could get the bigger one. Of course, decontamination limpet controller, a little fuel scoop, which I may not need. The collector limpets, which are modified for being reinforced, and a module reinforcement, which I need to get Guardian module reinforcement. I have to unlock that. And then a research limpet. Once you put that all together, you should have a pretty decent ship that's able to grab some of that tissue sample. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you out in the Maelstrom. I'm enjoying meeting new people, fighting at these settlements. It's been quite a rejuvenation of the community. So until later, Rapper Man is out.